Welcome to Barnstable Today. I'm Nick Cortez.
And I'm Kevin Friel. We'd like to remind you right at the beginning that the meetings we cover are available on demand at the town's website. You can log on at www.town.barnstable.ma.us.
All eyes were on the airport at last Thursday's Town Council meeting as Airport Commission Chairman Dan Santos and Airport Manager Bud Brialt made a key presentation to the Town Council on the progress of the airport terminal and access road construction projects.
The goal of the presentation was to prove that the airport has satisfied a 2007 council resolve which contained 19 criteria that needed to be met before a vote would be taken on an appropriation order. Today we'll take you through the 2 criteria that garnered the most attention, beginning with an assurance that the state would commit a large portion of funds to the project. Here's Airport Manager Brialt.
Item number 1 on the resolve was that the Massachusetts Aeronautics Commission commits $15 million to the project. The Massachusetts Aeronautics Commission, now the Massachusetts Department of Transportation Aeronautics Division. The original commitment was $15 million going back to Governor Weld. Approximately $1.7 million has already been reimbursed to date for project costs. Remaining funds are subject to the MassDOT 2011 to 2013 budget appropriations. And more importantly, the Airport Commission has committed to sale of landside property if necessary to meet short-term debt commitment in the unlikely event that these funds would become unavailable. And it's a real pleasure to have with us tonight is Chris Willenborg, the director or the administrator of the Aeronautics Division, and I'd like to let him have a few moments about that issue.
And we have been carrying in our capital projects program the construction costs for the terminal building here at Barnstable. It is for approximately $13 million, and we're looking to spread out the payments on that over a 3-year period, starting in fiscal year 2011, 2012, and then 2013.
Later in the meeting, Councilor Ann Kennedy pressed the Mass DOT Aeronautics Division Administrator for a further vote of confidence that the funds are in place.
How confident are you that there will be support for this project when the request comes?
Sure. Certainly I believe the bond issue, the bond earmark was done in 1999, so it has been carried for a long period of time. And we have included it in our 5-year capital improvement program, and we are committed to this project. We've included it in this year's budget once again for, as I mentioned earlier, for fiscal year 2011, 2012, and 2013. I have shared that with the Secretary of Transportation. The finance team, the Secretary just announced our new CFO for MassDOT, and that gentleman actually was in charge of the capital projects program, so he is very well of the Aeronautics Division's program and the highlighted projects, which this one is. And so there is support there.
The other aspect of the council resolve that saw a lot of attention dealt with the construction of the new access road. Here, Airport Manager Brialt addresses that issue.
Resolve item number 6, that the BMA construct 1 new access road acceptable to the town manager using FAA entitlement money and airport surplus funds. The 100% design is complete at an estimated construction cost of approximately $3.37 million. The DRI modification request has been submitted to the Cape Cod Commission on March 1st of this month for the best plan. That we have worked very closely with the town and with the town manager, and we feel that we have the support of the town on this at this point in time. What you have before you now is the access road going from Addicts Way all the way down Airport Road, where it will connect with a new road back in the back from across the McGregor property through the Blackburn property, and then back connecting to our road down around where Cape Air and Rectrix are located currently. And then down this way, all the way back to the airport, down Barnstable Road, and as we've agreed to now, there'll be an exit only at the Rotary. The reason we've changed that and then not closed the Rotary completely, which was what was originally in the DRI, was that originally there was going to be a new road put in across what's called the Sullivan property with a traffic signal on Route 132 right there. That traffic signal and that has not met with approval by Mass Highway or by the town and has been removed from the project. Problem came when we had, at that time, when we removed that, the exit out to the rotary was not there. This was completely closed off. And we've had some concerns expressed by our abutters and by some of the tenants on the airport on how to get back eastbound or south towards the town. And the solution is that we would open this up back to exit only.
Commentary on the access road plan spilled into public comment when attorney Eliza Cox expressed opposition on behalf of her client.
My client owns the Wendy's parcel and is therefore directly affected by any roadway changes proposed by the airport. And we have been actively monitoring and commenting on roadway plans as they've been put forward. My client supports the terminal extension and expansion, but remains very concerned with the access plan that was shown to you today during slide number 6, resolve number 6. And we submitted a letter dated March 2nd, which hopefully you all have copies of, and I would ask you to please read those. I must respectfully disagree with the airport manager. I believe that it's critically important that the airport terminal expansion be accomplished and accompanied with a long-term access egress solution and not a temporary exit only into the rotary until such time as the rotary is redesigned. Every development of regional impact project that I've ever been associated with and represented the applicants on have required long-term traffic solutions, long-term mitigations, and planning for the long-term future. And I think this project also should be required to meet that same standard.
Minutes later, Councilor Henry Farnham delivered a stern rebuttal to Attorney Cox's comments.
There's no way that this project can be delayed further to come up with a major traffic improvement plan that is so far overdue to improve the rotary by eliminating it and making other major significant traffic improvements. That can't happen within the time frame that this airport terminal and the air traffic control tower needs to be completed. Admittedly, the solution that's before us right now is a temporary one, and I know that when you guys are sitting there thinking temporary, a lot can happen either for the better or for the worse, and the unknown is what's troubling you, and I appreciate that. But we have to go forward with this project. This project cannot be held up as a victim of maybe concerns by one business, and I don't mean to be mean-spirited about that, but the greater good of the community to get this project going, I think, is what's on our minds, because none of us up here are smart enough to figure out what the right traffic solution long-term is, and it's going to take a lot of time and money to do that. We do not want to harm the Botsavalis brothers and the folks that run the business there. It's a good business, but we've got to get this focus where it belongs, and that is getting the air traffic control tower and the terminal built, and we can't take our eyes off that ball.
Toward the end of the meeting, Town Manager John Klim did put forward for a first reading the appropriation request for the terminal and access road. That sets the stage for a public hearing and a possible vote on April 1st.
A busy week of board and committee meetings is ahead. Let's take a look at the schedule. On Tuesday, March 9th, the Conservation Commission has a hearing at 9 o'clock in the morning in the Town Hall hearing room. At 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the Board of Health has a meeting in the Town Hall hearing room. And at 7 o'clock, the School Committee meets in the Town Hall hearing room. Wednesday, March 10th, the Zoning Board of Appeals meets in the Town Hall hearing room at 7 o'clock. Also at 7 o'clock, the Old Kings Highway has a meeting in the West Barnstable Community Building. On Thursday, March 11th at 9 o'clock in the morning, Site Plan Review has a meeting in the Town Hall hearing room. At 7 o'clock, the Town Council hosts a special meeting with the Comprehensive Financial Advisory Committee.
Well, that's all the time we have for now. For Kevin Friel, I'm Nick Cortez. We'll see you next time on Barnstable Today.